Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. Gonna be giving you my player ratings from our 2-0 win against Everton at Goodison Park in the Carabao Cup quarter final. So Dean Henderson, he's gonna get a 6 out of 10. He made a fantastic save to deny Sigurdsson from the free kick. But apart from that, had very little to do. I said Dean Henderson was going to start the game yesterday night. And there's been quite a few Manchester United fans that have said, we should put Dean Henderson as our number one now, because Dean Henderson has got that experience behind him. Don't forget, he did endure 2 successful loans with Sheffield United. He's had loan spells with Stockport, Grimsby and Shrewsbury before. We got Dean Henderson at the age of 14, so he has been part of the club for several years. Don't forget, before the start of the season, he signed a 6-year contract with Man United worth £120,000 a week. Earlier on in the season, there was actually rumours of Dean Henderson going out on loan. Don't forget, Dean Henderson started against Sheffield United the other week. He actually made a bad mistake in that game. Axel Tuanzebe, I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10. I thought he had a very, very good game, like I mentioned on my match reaction yesterday. I thought he got forward well. Defensively, he was very good. And he helped our centre-half as well, so got to give him a lot of credit. Axel Tuanzebe started because Wan-Bissaka wasn't available. I think he was injured. We've obviously got Fosu Mensah. That's obviously another option at right back. Eric Bay, I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10. I thought he enjoyed a good game. Showed that ability to play out from the back. Defensively very good. Came up against Calvert-Lewin, good as well. Eric Bay did make an aerial challenge on Richarlison, and obviously reflects on that, Richarlison went off injured. It was Eric Bay's first start for Man United, I think, since our 6-1 loss to Tottenham. He's a very good centre-half, Eric Bay. My only element of concern about him, he is injury prone. So yeah, I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10. He obviously came in for Victor Lindelof. Victor Lindelof was rested. Now, Harry Maguire, I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10. I thought defensively he did well. By the way, he's come out and said that Manchester United must start winning trophies. Harry Maguire has enjoyed good games this season for Manchester United, where he's been very effective in the air and he showed that ability to play out from the back. There's been games where he hasn't been so good though, where he has made mistakes and he's looked too exposed at the back. Harry Maguire is the most expensive centre-half in the world at the moment, because we got him in a deal worth £80 million and he is our current captain. So yeah, 7 out of 10 for him. Alex Telles, I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10. He enjoyed a good game. I thought he provided some good deliveries. Got forward well. I like the way Alex Telles crosses the ball. And I think he's enjoyed a fantastic start to his Manchester United career. He had obviously a bad game against RB Leipzig. We got Alex Telles in a deal worth £15.4 million. Now, Paul Pogba, I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10. I thought Paul Pogba passed the ball very well and he was very creative. I've got to give a lot of credit to Paul Pogba. Since he's come back from that ankle injury, he has performed really well. He was good yesterday night. He was good against Sheffield United. His movement and that was good. And in the game against Sheffield United, he was involved in one of the goals. I thought he was good against City the other week. He was also good when he came on against RB Leipzig. He was good against West Ham. That was his first start in the Premier League for over a month in the 3-1 win against West Ham, and he scored a fantastic goal. Now, don't forget, Solskjaer has said that Paul Pogba can be convinced to stay if the club win trophies. You know, Solskjaer said that Paul Pogba's got a good attitude and he has the right mentality at Manchester United. Paul Pogba has had a long-running transfer saga. He's been relentlessly linked with a return to Juventus. Swap deals have been high on the agenda. Real Madrid have been linked with him. Barcelona, PSG and Inter Milan have been in for him before. Now, obviously, Solskjaer was furious with Paul Pogba's agent, Mino Raiola, for the time of the announcement. About Paul Pogba, because it was just before the RB Leipzig game that Mino Raiola told 2 Sport that, you know, Paul Pogba's unhappy at the club and he has to leave and he's got no intentions of signing a new contract. And he said that his career at Manchester United is over. Then obviously made a fresh statement saying that it's unlikely he will leave in January. And he said he can leave next summer. But then obviously Paul Pogba came out and spoke about his Man United future for the first time the other week and said that he's always fought and he will always fight for Manchester United. He said, my teammates and the fans, and he confirmed he's 1000% involved in our project. As it stands at the moment, Paul Pogba's our most expensive signing because we paid £89 million for him. This is his 5th season at the football club since he rejoined. He's made over 100 appearances for us in all competitions. Won 3 trophies, the Community Shield, the Europa League and the EFL Cup. There's still a chance that Paul Pogba could sign a long-term contract at Man United. Don't forget, earlier on in the season, we triggered that 1-year extension on his contract, so he's under contract on Man United until June 2022. And don't forget, during the last international break, Paul Pogba made quite a few comments saying, like, playing for France is a breath of fresh air. And he was saying, like, this season has been the most difficult period in his career. And in general, he was talking about his Man United struggles this season. And reflects on these comments, so he did receive a lot of criticism, and Didier Deschamps, the France manager, was talking a lot about him. But yeah, anyway, Paul Pogba, 7 out of 10. Nemanja Matic, going to give him a 7 out of 10. I thought he kept the ball well and he controlled the midfield. Matic has been getting a lot of game time recently. Obviously, my reservations about Matic is that obviously he's ageing up and plus he's slow. To Matic's credit, he did enjoy some good games towards the end of last season. Don't forget, was it at the start of this season he signed a 3-year deal with Manchester United. Bruno Fernandez, I'm going to give him a 8 out of 10. Bruno Fernandez showed a lot of intensity. I thought he showed his skill at times. He also had some chances. He had the chance in the free kick. Don't forget, towards the end of the game, he hit the crossbar. And he was very creative. Bruno Fernandez is definitely our best player. And he's the best signing we have made since the Sir Alex Ferguson era. Bruno Fernandez has been at Manchester United now for almost a year. You know, he's scored quite a lot of goals for the club. He's provided assists. I think he's created more chances than any other player in the Premier League. Don't forget he won Player of the Month for November, but he's won that a few times now, reflecting on his good performances. We paid £47 million for him from Sporting Lisbon back in January. Fernandez knows how important it is for Man United to win trophies because he said he came to Manchester to win trophies. Now, Donnie Van Der Beek, he's going to get a 6 out of 10. He wasn't bad, but he wasn't brilliant, was he? Let's be honest. I thought his contribution, Donnie Van Der Beeks, though, was good. I think Donnie Van Der Beek also had a chance in the game. Donnie Van Der Beek was playing on that left-hand side. Donnie Van Der Beek has played a few games this season, but he hasn't started much in the league. He's only started twice in the Premier League. He started against West Ham, and he made his full Premier League debut against Southampton. You know, we got him in a deal worth £40 million from Ajax. Now, Mason Greenwood, I'm going to give him a 6 out of 10. I thought he was quite good in the first half. Don't forget he had that chance, headed it, and obviously it hit the post. But he definitely wasn't the best player on the pitch. He has done well though recently, to his credit. Ollie has been defending Mason Greenwood a lot this season. Don't forget, earlier on the season he had personal issues, had injuries, and at one point he was out with illness. This is his second season in our senior squad. Edison Cavani, he's going to get a 8 out of 10. Edison Cavani scored our first goal. Took his goal very, very well. I think he curled it from like 20 yards. He had good chances in the first half. Should have converted them. I think Olsen made like 2 good saves. Olsen made a mistake as well. That could have been costly. Edison Cavani, though, was lucky not to be sent off because he actually, was it Choch, Yera Mina? Obviously, there's no VAR in the EFL Cup. Edison Cavani has enjoyed a fantastic start to his Manchester United career. We got him on deadline day on a free transfer, and he signed a 2-year contract with Man United with around 200 odd grand a week, is it? And I said when we got Cavani, I said he will be the next Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Now, as you all know, he has been charged by the FA for misconduct for the racist comment that he put on social media last month. He says that Cavani's got until the 4th of January to respond to these charges. And he said if he is found guilty, he's facing a 3-match ban. That's minimum. So yeah, 8 out of 10 for Edison Cavani. We obviously brought some substitutions on in the game. Anthony Martial came on. I'm going to give him a 8 out of 10. He obviously came on, got his name on the score sheet. And I've got to give Martial credit. He has improved recently. Good to see him rejuvenate himself though, because earlier on this season he was out of form because he wasn't clinical enough in the final third. Martial was good last season. He scored 23 goals in 48 games. He was also good in his debut season under the Louis van Gaal era. He's enjoyed a good 5 years or so now at Manchester United. By the way, Martial also got the assist for Edison Cavani's first. Almost forgot about that. Marcus Rashford came on. I'm going to give Marcus Rashford a 6 out of 10. Don't think he was great, but Marcus Rashford still did get an assist for Anthony Martial's second. And obviously we saw Luke Shaw come on. Can't really give him a rating. So that is your player ratings from our 2-0 win against Everton. It's good that we have progressed to the semi-finals. We do play Manchester City in the semi-finals, and I think it is on the 4th of January. Solskjaer said we can make a statement by reaching the Carabao Cup final. Solskjaer said prior to the game against Everton that our players are desperate to learn how to win trophies. You know, it's very imperative that we get our first trophy under the Ole Gunnar Solskjaer era. You know, we haven't won a trophy now for almost 4 years. But good win yesterday night against Everton. That's our second win at Goodison Park this season, because we've beaten them earlier on the season at Goodison Park in the Premier League by 3-1. But like I said to you on my match reaction yesterday night, I thought in the first half an hour we performed well. We kept the ball well. We was very fluent in attack. We created chances. You know, Everton were just all over the place at the back. You know, Keane was making mistakes. Olsen made a mistake. And then as the game went on, Everton got back into it, didn't they? To be honest with you, in the second half, I don't think we were as good as we was in the first half. But all that matters is we got the win on the board. We've been very, very good away from home. Like I said, we've won our last 10 away games in a row in the Premier League. And when we beat Sheffield United the other week, we became the first team to win 6 successive away games after conceding first in a single Premier League season. We've obviously won 2 games at Old Trafford in the Premier League this season. But I had a feeling we was going to beat Everton because we was going into that game on the back of a 6-2 win against Leeds. You know, that's our biggest win this season. But I said it was going to be a tough game, Everton, because Everton have been in good form. You know, they've won their last 3 league games. You know, they've beaten, obviously, Arsenal, Leicester and Chelsea. And obviously, they have got a good manager in Carlo Ancelotti. You know, Carlo Ancelotti's been at Everton now for like a year. I think when they appointed him in, he signed, was it a 4 or a 4.5 year deal? He's won around 15 major honours in his managerial career, so he's got a good pedigree behind him. You know, Solskjaer has beaten Carlo Ancelotti now, is it twice, as Manchester United manager? Something like that. Everton had a few injuries yesterday, didn't they? Obviously, Fabian Delph wasn't available. James Rodriguez wasn't available. He's made an impact at Everton. They got James Rodriguez during the summer. Allen wasn't available. They got him during the summer. Lucas Digne wasn't available. They had Gaberman injured as well. Probably Everton's best player yesterday night was Sigurdsson. Coleman didn't have a bad game. Yerry Mina wasn't bad. Andrea Gomez struggled though. He'd just come back from injury. Dominic Calvert-Lewin, he really wasn't getting enough service up top, was he? But yeah, really looking forward to the game against Manchester City in the semi-final. We know that's going to be a difficult game. Obviously, the other semi-final is Tottenham against Brentford. We've already played Man City once this season, drew with them 0-0 the other week at Old Trafford. That was a very poor game. Lacked everything that game. There wasn't many chances. There was half chances, but there wasn't many full chances in the game. Lacked intensity. There was no creativeness in the game. So hopefully this game in the semi-final is going to be totally comparison to the League One earlier on this season. We beat City 3 times out of the 4 times we played them last season. Don't forget, we're beating them 2-0 at Old Trafford. We're beating them 2-1 at the Etihad. And we played them in the Carabao Cup last season. We beat them 1-0 in the second leg, but obviously that wasn't enough because we was 3-1 down from the first leg. City haven't been great this season. I expected more from them. I did. City has still got one of the best managers in the world though, in Pep Guardiola. You know, Pep Guardiola's been at City now since 2016. So he's been there a good 4 years or so. Don't forget earlier on in the season, he signed a 2-year contract with Man City. Did Pep Guardiola. In his managerial career, Guardiola spent over £1 billion. The vast majority of that, though, has been spent at Manchester City. Guardiola has won a few trophies at City. He's won, 2 Premier League titles. He's won the FA Cup. He's won a few League Cups. He obviously hasn't won the Champions League yet at Manchester City. City have never won the Champions League, have they? Guardiola did win the Champions League, though, when he was at Barcelona. Didn't win it at Bayern Munich, but nearly won it at Bayern Munich. Obviously, before City had Guardiola, had Pellegrini. You know, they won the title under him. They won the title under Roberto Mancini as well. When they won it under Roberto Mancini, that was their first title in 44 years. City's best season was a few seasons ago when they finished on 100 points and they did win the domestic treble. But yeah, we look forward to our next game now, and that is Leicester at the King Power Stadium Saturday, 12:30 kickoff. That's going to be a big test for Solskjaer. Leicester are a good team. They're sitting second in the Premier League. You know, they've got a very good manager in Brendan Rodgers. Brendan Rodgers has been Leicester manager now for almost 2 years. Was it last year he signed a 5 or a 5.5 year deal with Leicester? He's managed quite a few clubs in his managerial career. He's managing Leicester now. Before he was at Leicester, he was at Celtic. Enjoyed a few years with Celtic. Before he was at Celtic, he was at Liverpool. I think he enjoyed one good season with Liverpool. Before that, he was at Swansea. And when he was younger, he managed Reading and Watford. Leicester were also very consistent when they had Claudio Ranieri, because they won the title under Claudio Ranieri back in 2016. Leicester have got some good players. Obviously, one of their key players is Jamie Vardy. Now, he has been injured, but it has been confirmed he will be available for Saturday. Jamie Vardy, don't forget, has risen up from non-league football to the Premier League. Iheanacho, he's one of their key players. James Maddison, he's one of their key players. And Didi, he's one of their key players. Got to say Ricardo Pereira, he's one of their key players. He's out with injury, I heard. Leicester made quite a few signings during the summer. They obviously brought Youri Tielemans in. They brought Fofana in. Didn't they get that Senga Sunday on loan? This year, I mean. Signed Dennis Pryor. James Justin as well. So Brendan Rodgers has made a few signings since he became Leicester manager. Don't forget, Leicester have let good players go. You know, they let the likes of Harry Maguire go, they let Ben Chilwell go, they let N'Golo Kante and Danny Drinkwater go, they let Raheem Mahrez go. So they are in a very, very good position. So I'm just hopeful Manchester United can win this game against Leicester on Saturday. After Leicester, we are at home to Wolves. Then it's Villa on New Year's Day. But yeah, there's a lot of Man United fans now that are saying Ollie in. Earlier on in the season, there was a lot of Man United fans demanding Ollie out of the football club. So these United fans now that are really starting to change their perception on him. If we can continue this good vein of form till March, then my perception will definitely change on him. He will still be Man United manager in January, that's guaranteed. Could still be Man United manager at the end of this season. You know, Solskjaer has been at Man United now for just over 2 years, and this is his second full season at the football club. And Solskjaer said a few times this season that Man United can win the Premier League. I don't see that happening this season, but certainly number 21 is coming. Roy Keane said, didn't he, after the Leeds game, that Man United can challenge Liverpool for the Premier League title. You know, we haven't won the Premier League since 2013, so we haven't won it now for around 8 years. We obviously need to make more signings next year, which I think we are going to do, because we've already revealed our transfer plans. We are looking to make around 4 signings. Looking to strengthen up in 4 positions. He recently said that Ed Woodward has changed his transfer strategy as well. But there has been a lot of players on our agenda. Hopefully Solskjaer gets the backing that he deserves next year, because during the summer transfer window he wasn't backed enough. But none of our managers have been backed enough since Ferguson left, and this is why the board's been one of the biggest problems at the club for several years. But Woodward's come out several times to support Ollie, hasn't he? No, you can say that Solskjaer is still lucky to be at Man United. Obviously, after our 6-1 loss to Tottenham. He was lucky not to be sacked. You can say if that was any other manager, then they would have been sacked. He was lucky not to be sacked after getting knocked out of the Champions League. You know, he was lucky not to be sacked at the first part of last season. Like I've already said to you, our board have softened their stance on him because he is a club legend and that. You know what I mean? But yeah, there's no reason now to sack him because obviously we're in a very, very good vein of form. And we've enjoyed quite a few good periods under Ollie, and we've also enjoyed bad periods as well. So there you go. So anyway, guys, that's everything to update you today. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel. If you do, consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless. See you all again very, very soon.